Good morning, guys. This is Mrs. Carr. Today is Wednesday, Wednesday, April 1st. Hey, April Fools. It is Wednesday, April 1st with your rundown on science. What are we doing today? All right, guys, before we get started, just a couple of reminders. Number one, can't reiterate enough. Make sure you're keeping all that work together, whether you're printing something out or whether you're doing it on scratch paper. Put it in a folder, staple it, paper clip it, rubber band it, put it with yesterday's work, put it with Monday's work, put it with last week's work. All of your work should all be together in one place. Don't leave it lying around the house so that it can be ready to come back to us when we come back to school. Okay? And then the second thing, guys, super important, guys, when we're asking you to make comments on discussion pieces, it is important that you do actually comment on those discussion pieces. That is how we are keeping track that you are learning, that you are following along, that you're doing the curriculum. It is very important to us to see that you are participating. If it asks you to do a private message, then do a private message. But when you're making those comments, please make sure, number one, that you are answering all the questions that are listed on the discussion page. And number two, please make sure that you're not just doing one word responses. Please be thorough with your explanations. And if you want to do a recording of your explanation, you can do it that way too. It doesn't have to be typed, because I know some of us don't like to type so hot. But you can record your answer if you want to do that instead. But again, please make sure it is on topic. Okay? All right, guys, so let's get started for today. We're going to go out of this folder, or not out of the folder, but out of that page and down to the district provided online curriculum. And we're going to hit that square and arrow so we can pop it out into the next tab. And as always, oh, by the way, if you have not already heard, that we are closed through May 4th as of now. Okay. But anyway, so you are coming over here to the Corville at Home Learning, and yes, it does take you straight to the district curriculum. You can check this page out at your leisure and see what all is posted here. You can go all the way down. Specials has some stuff for you guys. I know the coaches and the music teachers and Miss Mason all miss you guys. And also the library has some stuff down there. So please check it out because they miss you guys too. But we're going to go concentrate this one on to fifth. And remember, we did talk about on yesterday's assignment, we're going to come back to this tab because we're going to look over at this fifth grade resources, which is again why we are going through the Corville website and not the district one, because we want to be able to touch on this as well. All right, pop that out so you can click on that link real easy like. And you're going to click on science. Remember, not any of these words. You can't click on the words, but if you do click on the word science, it is going to give you an option to open that up. Okay. Now, we are on Wednesday, which means we are on lesson 3. So we're going to scroll down. There's 1, 2, and 3. Hello. All right, guys, so today we are continuing to talk about how organisms interact with each other in a food web, and we're talking about how energy is transferred between the organisms in the ecosystem. And if you haven't already gotten it in the other 2 lessons, please make sure you are paying attention to the direction in which the arrow is pointing. Pay attention to the direction in which the arrow is pointing. It is showing the way that the energy flows. So it is flowing from one to the other. The energy is going from one to the other. That is the direction that the energy is going into. Okay. All right. So we're starting with watching a video. And this is going to pop out into a new tab. You watch that video. Okay, we don't need to talk about it right now, but it is going to refer to that video a couple of times back over here, and as well as in our discussion question. So it is very important that you don't skip the video, because most of what we're doing today is based on the video. Okay, once you watch that video, then you're going to do a quick vocabulary review. You'll click on that, and then this will pop out into a new tab as usual. And it's just a review of vocabulary, so it shouldn't take you too long. And then you're going to read this nice article, okay? And once you are done with the article, please make sure that you are answering the 5 questions at the end. And again, please refer back to the article at any point for your evidence, but please answer the 5 questions at the end. Yes, you have to do I claim statements. Yes, I'm sorry. You can either do the I claim statements. If you print this out, you can do it right on the directly on the paper that you printed out. If you choose not to print it out, then you need to do I claim statements on some notebook paper. And again, just like we talked about, you're going to keep all those papers together later on. Okay, and then you can have those answers, and you don't need to message us with these answers, and you're not going to share it. You're just going to keep on to it, and we can go over it when we get back to school. Okay. All right. So then there's that document, and then you're going to use this video, the one right here. See, use the video, sea otters and food webs. That's this one right here, to answer these questions. And so we're going to put these questions in your discussion thread, just like we did yesterday. I don't have mine set up yet. I will momentarily, but we can look at yesterday so you can see what it looks like. But food chains right here, so it's going to look just like that, only it's going to say sea otters, food webs. And so you're going to click open on that, and then you are going to make your replies there. And just so that you can kind of see what I was talking about, recording your comments, when you go into post, click right down here on this microphone. So if you don't want to type, okay, if you don't want to type, you'll simply click on that microphone. And I can't click on mine right now simply because I'm already recording another video. But it's going to show up, and you can decide if you want people to see your video, if you want to just say your answer only. But please, again, if you're not going to type it out, then you can do this right here. Okay. Also, please make sure you are answering all the parts of the discussion questions, okay, and not one word answers. Please make sure you're thorough. All right, so you're answering that discussion question, and then last but not least, you're going to come over here, and again, this is the same video that's over here. See, it says rewatch, same video, okay, so that you can then answer these questions here. Okay, so you'll pop that out, you'll click on that, pop that open, and then answer those questions. The other option is, and it really doesn't have to be an either or, you could probably do both because this is a very short science day. You can write a paragraph describing three things you have learned about the ecosystem and how energy is transferred through food webs. So what I would like for you to do on this one is you are going to do this one as a message. So you're going to write this paragraph. So when you come into Schoology, you're going to come up here to the envelope button. And we've talked about this before. Every single time I press on that, it doesn't pop up the first time. Anyway, so new message. And you choose your teacher that you want to message. So let's say I want to message Archie-Carr, because why not? You know, he's a cool cat. Maybe sometimes. Where is he? There he is. Okay. And then here I can type in my paragraph about, what was the discussion again? About the 3 things that I've learned about the ecosystem and how energy is transferred. Okay, so you'll type in your 3 things there. Or again, if you don't like typing, you can use this audio video recording tool and record yourself talking, just like I'm talking to you now. Okay, but we're not going to do that right now. And that's it for science, today's curriculum. It's pretty super short. I think you guys can get through this in no time at all. But when we are done with that, please make sure you are going back to the Coreville site, because then you can open this up and it gives you a little something extra, guys. Here you'll notice our links for Zoom whenever you're ready for our conferences and our conference times. And then here, if you felt pretty comfortable today with science and you were like, oh, I know what I'm doing, then you can click on this Give Me More button. But if you felt like, hey, I need a little bit more work, then you can click this Help button and it will take you to the, it'll tell you what to do next. And just by the way, it will coincide. You'll notice these two new things on your, in your weekly folder, the I Need Help page and the Give Me More page. Both of these coincide with this. Oh, where'd it go? The small version. This will be that help page, and this gives me that Give Me More page. So again, right here. Okay. All right, guys. I hope that's enough for today. If you have any questions for me or your teacher, please utilize this message button right here. We are by our computers all day long. Some of us not getting up at all. So please make sure you message us with your questions. All right, guys. Talk to you tomorrow.